once it loops around again. Hey guys, this is Gamer Cow. Welcome to another Touhou Lost Branch of Legend playthrough. We're on to the last of our A-shot types at this point. The one who's received the biggest glow-up in recent times thanks to her relatively major rework in general, Koishi. So since the last time we have played Koishi, her actual spell card has changed quite a bit, as well as her starting exhibit here. So we'll start with the exhibit that tends to be the main thing here. It was kind of a carbon copy of Marissa's black exhibit last time, where you would, at the start of each combat, you would gain a vitality, so you gain 2 green mana when you play it. For the first 2 turns, you gain black mana instead now. So it's it's not really similar to any of the other ones at this point, because I don't think any other character just like outright gives you mana like this now, but it's very similar to the draw effect of Sakuya's poker cards, in the sense of it gives you a decent benefit for the first couple of turns, and like black mana is the off color for this one, but you need it for the stance dancing, so it actually works out pretty well. Her spell card has been like nerfed, quote unquote, because it does 5 less damage than it used to, so technically it does less, but it also gives you a really powerful Blossoming of Life card here, which does the remaining damage that you didn't have before, and it gives you mana based on how many turns you have had it in play. So if you keep it in your hand for several turns during a boss fight, it will end up giving you like 6 plus mana and do like 30 odd damage. You double that with Passion, and it ends up doing a lot more than what the spell card used to do. So it's pretty solid overall. I think this is a very good upgrade in the end. It's the only one it's a downgrade against, if you will, because it's not accurate is against Graze attacks, but you've just got to deal with that beforehand, and there you go. As far as the other stuff goes, it is mostly the same here, but the selflessness card has been improved. This used to cost 2 green and 1 mana, and it also only gave you 12 block. So the cost of this has been loosened. I forget if the Romantic Rose has been loosened as well. I don't think it has. I think this always was 1 plus the black mana, but using your initial stance dance stuff is a lot easier than it was before. So it's pretty good. Like you've got a decent deck at the start, and some of the other stuff that has been reworked in moving Koishi to the official branch has actually helped out a lot as well. So we'll see some very good stuff going forward. The exhibit here is nice because red mana does actually work quite well with the Lunatic Love, I think it's called, the enhancer for your Lunatic state, but we'll try and get that later. This might actually just be worth getting in general. The high grade handbag this early means we can just get all of the exhibits from Raisin, so even though we do start with quite a bit of money, it's probably worth it. Getting an upgrade straight away is good too, but yeah, we'll take that. We'll get more exhibits as we go. Why not? And let's just go. So we're probably not taking any shop in this first one unless we get like a really big payoff for it, but that's fine. We'll get one later on. So, if you're unfamiliar with how the stance dance thing works from Slay the Spire, we have technically 3 different mental states, not including neutral like we're at the moment, but you only generally get access to 2 unless you really spec into what I think are some fairly suboptimal cards most of the time. So the 2 that we have is Passion and Serenity. Passion will double the damage that you deal and take, and Serenity doesn't do anything by itself, but there are synergy cards that work with Serenity specifically, but if you lose Serenity, then you gain 3 rainbow mana. So your goal is to switch between your high damage state, as you see it would do 22 this time, and your more passive mana state. So next time we go into Passion, we'll gain extra mana to use our attacks with as well, which is naturally pretty strong. We don't exactly have the finishing part to it here, unfortunately, but that's fine. We will simply shoot this guy down as much as we can. So now the first 2 turns have passed, we'll only have our base mana at this point. but that's not really that big of a deal. Nothing. We are taking some damage, unfortunately. Can't really do anything about that, but that's okay, I suppose. Take 3 in this first fight just because we got messed up by the status cards. Oh well, what are we gonna do? Kind of annoying that this guy is actually attacking again here, because maybe I should have shot instead of exiling the thing last turn. Then I could have actually taken him out this turn with the attacks that we had. But hindsight, whatever, it doesn't really matter. We'll just block back up. And you can see we went into our double damage state and then came out of said state in order to not take a crazy amount of damage going into their turn. And that's the core idea. You've got to try and draft all the cards to make that happen. And we're not really getting any of them immediately. The follow-up attack stuff has been modified slightly. Lonely Heart is actually a really good card to just take now. We'll definitely pick one of those up if we can. But otherwise, nothing too great. Luminescent Knight's actually not awful, to be honest. It's a decently high amount of block that you get from that. Low Profile's been buffed very slightly. I think it used to be 4 and 6 were the base numbers for this, and if you're in Passion, it gives you 3 times the block, basically. Now it is 5 and 7, so it's actually pretty good. It doesn't cost you any mana to use, so like it's fine. If you're able to remove, I think we'll just skip here, to be honest. If you're able to remove one of your basic blocks for it, to like basically replace it, it's pretty decent. Mask of Hope is not my favorite, so we probably will just give it back, to be honest. It's not a terrible exhibit, but it's certainly not my first pick, so we won't keep that one. And here, this would be a really good opportunity to show how strong Passion is if we actually pulled any Passion cards to start with. A little bit irritating, but whatever, we'll make it work. So hit this one. Hopefully next turn we'll be able to take him out with the Rose, and then, yeah, hit this one down for... We would love to hit it down for lethal damage, but unfortunately that is not possible. So, I unfortunately think we're not going to Stance here, which is a bit of a shame. I can at least take this guy out. But if I switch to Passion here, because of the Fluffy, I wouldn't actually be able to take him out. We drew all of our like 2-cost attacks, I guess, to start with, so not great, not great. This should be fine though, because we've got all of our attack power here. So we do this one. Now all of our stuff is doubled. 20 damage is immediately enough to take him out, and because we were in Serenity, we have the mana to now do the remaining 20 and take this thing out. That is your basic loop, if you will. So, Butterfly's Wing Beats is a bit of a trap. It is a very powerful attack, and you can make it work if you really focus on just having like it and a very, very low deck size. But good luck with that, basically. Doesn't tend to work out too often. Mental Release has been slightly changed. This and Presence Concealment have been made always 2-cost cards, but their effects have been improved as a result. These used to upgrade to be a 1-cost thing, where it did 14 damage or give you 1 graze for the cost here, and then it upgraded to be 1 and do the same thing. Now they have an improvement in damage, but they always cost 2. I'm still going to take this though, because this is a really good way of removing Passion at the end of a turn. And also, if you upgrade it, like we probably will next time, want to get this one first because of the cost reduction. But next time round, when I upgrade it, it will do 40 damage before it removes the Passion state. So that's what we're going for. Sakia, I think, is the best one to blend with here, because Devil's Maid plus the double damage from Passion is unbelievably powerful. So definitely going to gun for that here. And we'll see where we go with the rest of this. So we don't have enough damage to take this guy out with Passion, and if I go into Passion, then I will take 5. Is that worth it? Knowing that on next turn we have basically guaranteed game lethal if we go into it, and they're both attacking next turn. It might be worth it just to take the 5 here, because we have enough mana to play the hand out, right? Yeah, so I think that's what I'm going to do. It kind of sucks, but at the same time, I think it's going to be worth it. You know, I mean, the 28 is going to go in here to take him out, so I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. Oh, well, never mind. We didn't draw one of our attacks. Well, that very slightly complicates things. Only slightly. It just means I can't actually attack as well here. We probably still can. It just yeah, we can. I just can't go into thing, but it's okay. So we'll do that. We'll do the 28 here to take him out. Oh, but then I don't have... No, because that removes the whole point. That removes the mental state, so now I'm not taking double damage and I get to survive this. That was the entire point. I was like, wait, but I can't go Serenity as well. You don't need to go Serenity if you've already got something else removing the state. So you can switch between Passion or Serenity, and this is a really good card to see it. Here's the Presence Concealment I mentioned before. It goes to 2 mana, gains 2 grays, and exits the state. This is a really good card now, actually. 2 grays for 2 mana actually is a worthwhile number. So it's a bit of a shame it's up against something that is just strictly better here, right? This is the Serene Memories is the other one that you tend to see as well here. That you can keep the card in hand and just like go into Passion or Serenity as you need to. Out of the way! Oh man, gonna take more damage. Down at 45 already, huh? But that's okay, we do have some Muns. There is going to be... Yeah, it's going to be a chance of getting in the shop in the next bit, so we will go here for now. And then, yeah, I think upgrading this one makes the most sense. So, let's go in. It is Aya. So, for Aya... We actually can take her out on turn 1 here, I think. So we go Romantic Rose. We'll use the bomb to do so, but we'll do 50 damage with that. And then we have enough mana without even using Blossom of Life. We have enough mana to just like take her out on this first turn. Just wipe her out entirely, not even give it a chance. Dreamcatcher is interesting. We can use that to remove one of the basic blocks or something here. Cage of Roses is... I've been using this in the last couple of runs, and it has been very fun. It gives you Passion after doing its damage, which is unfortunate, but you do 8 times 2 or 3 for 2 mana, and then this card goes back into the deck. Really cool card to see, and I think it's a good enough reason to remove one of the double helixes here. So if you keep the deck size relatively low, it's a repeatable card, which is really good. Fish! Okay, we get to heal at the end of the stage as well. That's pretty good. So we don't have to worry quite as badly about staying at full health now. That's nice to see. Okay, probably optimal path is here, just in case we don't want to go for the second elite for whatever reason. Yeah, so obviously one of the disadvantages of Cage of Roses is in a situation like this, where I can't really afford to do it, otherwise I take a ton of damage. But that's fine. We'll make it work. It will be very powerful when we actually can time it properly. Right now we have a lot of ways of going into Passion, but not a lot of ways of, like, surviving past it. So that is something to keep in mind, is that yeah, especially here as well. We're going to take another 5 unless I play more defensively here, which is sort of annoying. I don't really want to play that sort of passively, but there's no way I can actually like knock her out this turn. So I think I probably will just go take the 5 here. So we'll do a 40. Life is a resource after all, right? We'll do the 40. We'll go down, take 7 actually, not 5. And then hopefully this turn, yeah, this turn we can win because I did that, so that's fine. So what I need now is I need more Serenity triggers, preferably. which we are not getting at the moment. I'm not going to take any of these, I don't think. The follow-up attack is like kind of cute, but isn't really super useful here. Crazed Fawns obviously doesn't do anything unless you've got follow-up attack stuff going. This card did get changed. It used to be a 4-mana card that if you were in Serenity cost less to cast, whereas now I honestly don't know what the idea of this one was, because it's very similar to what the old Yokai EEG was. And Yokai EEG got changed to do a very similar thing to this as well, so I don't really know what the idea of this one is now, but whatever. Autumnal Harvest is good, just not quite good in the exact situation we're in right now, so I'm not going to take it for now. We'll see what we got. Kagero, are you going to give us something nice? Yeah, kind of. Take damage the first time each combat, gain a little bit of extra mana. Could be useful. And what do we got here? Yeah, Serene Memories. This got changed because it used to be green +1, and now it is just a green mana to cast immediately, which makes it infinitely better, to be honest, and I generally like taking like 2 or 3 of these. It's a second Cage of Roses as well, is very interesting. I don't think I have enough to really go for it though, because I want to get the fan, and I want to get an upgrade to Cage here, so it does its damage a 3rd time. I'd have loved to have taken the canned food too, but because we've got Wooden Fish that's going to heal us like 14 at the moment, 15 if we take a card off of the Elite here, I don't think we really need it. The free fairies could be troublesome, but we do have 2 grays to blank this first turn, so it's not awful. It's a little unfortunate that you're actually attacking here. We could bomb him, because with the amount of power that I have here, bombing them, we get 33 power, I think, from this, 30 to 33, so we would have a bomb for Sakia as well. That seems alright, actually. Let's do that. So, bombing here means that I don't have to deal with the Greys and the barrier from Luna's attack. So, seems good to me. So we will do exactly that. So then the question comes, do I actually want to remove the Passion State here? And I think the answer is going to be no. Because I don't have to worry about her, because I already have 2 Greys here. And not removing the Passion State, and the only damage that's going to come out next turn is from Sunny. And if I just beat her up, then, like, you know, there's no damage threat, so why would I need to worry about taking double damage if she isn't there to do double damage to me, right? Also, this will stay in hand, so we can remove this state whenever we need to versus Star here. So didn't do the damage. As you can see, this is built up to 30 damage now, so yeah, pretty solid. So we'll do that. We'll gain our 30, and then Cage of Roses, 16 damage 3 times because we're already in Passion, and you can see where the damage is going to build up from here. This is already looking pretty solid. Moonlit Lotus, very good card, definitely going to keep a hold of that one. As much as I would like to upgrade it, I think upgrading Selflessness is going to be better first here. 18 block for the free is definitely on the stronger end, and Sakia's damage output is not like tiny. So, I would like to be able to block through that, if possible. We don't really have a lot of block this first turn, but that's fine, we have enough. Because we've got the 2 Greys, we're not actually going to take much damage, any damage off this turn. So, it's enough, it will do, it will do. You can see, like, with the bomb and everything, we're already, like, over 100 damage through this fight on turn 1. Most characters can't get anywhere close to that. Even Marissa and the likes can't really get that sort of far up. So you can see just how dangerous this setup can be. It is quite magical, to be honest with you. This one's sort of annoying because I would like to be able to trigger the Silver Lockdown before going into the next turn. But I don't really have a good card to do it with because I don't want to use Blossoming of Life here. So we'll just have to deal with it as it is. Oh, she's going straight for the jugular. 6x4 again, huh? Sheesh, okay. How much am I willing to take here? That's the real question. How much am I actually willing to take? If I go Passion before I do anything else, she's going to hit me for 20. And 20 plus 48, not exactly where I want to be. But I am tempted to go ahead and just like enter Passion here and just go all out, basically. It seems like we have no defense anyway. And if I take her out in 2 turns, then what does it matter that Passion is triggering for this? So, I think I played this one outside of Passion to get the 10 damage trigger there. And then, yeah, we have enough health for this. We're going to enter Passion here, go Cage of Roses, and do the 20 here. Cage of Roses is back in deck alongside about a couple of cards, just whatever. So that's another 48. If I keep this one, then next turn I just win. So health is a resource in this case. Like, that really, really hurts, obviously. And if I did have like the higher requests and stuff on, I wouldn't gain all of my health back, so it would be pretty scary. But, you know, I don't particularly enjoy playing with the requests. But as it stands, I think that would have been correct even if I was. So, yeah. So this is interesting now because I usually get the poker cards. I haven't really had the spare throwing knives so far, but I can't imagine this being bad with Passion. So we definitely take them. I think the only attack that I want to take now, other than maybe another Cage of Roses, the only attack that I think I need to take, or like absolutely need to take, would be Lonely Heart. Last Romantic Call is pretty cool though, not gonna lie. True Self's Awakening used to be called Hartman's Yokai Girl, but it's functionally the same card. You play the top card of your deck, and then at the start of each turn, play the top card again, you know, like at the start of the thing. It does trigger before you draw, which is intriguing, but yeah, decent card, not really what I need here. Last Romantic Nightcall does have an animation now, it's really good, and it gets to be a follow-up attack when you upgrade it. It's basically Master Spark, but instead of Overflow, it follow-ups, which is pretty good. But I'm going to take Faith in Native God here. I underestimated this card so heavily in the past because it wasn't actually pickable most of the time, because black and green was not a color pair. You don't pay for the card you also play with Hartman, I'm just going to call it Hartman's because that's what it was. You don't pay for the card, and it also doesn't count towards card limits either. So if you fight against Remelia, it doesn't actually constitute one of your cards that you play for that turn. So it's pretty cool. Oh, we finally get to see Yuko. I don't think I fought Yuko in the video stuff yet. She has been buffed, so she does more damage and whatnot than she used to. We finally get to see that, huh? Let's see how it goes. Man, starting each fight with 2 grays just feels so nice, yeah. Although, unfortunately, this is an oops all defense hand, so not really get to use our extra mana very well here. But that's fine. We have the Serenity trigger for getting back away from our stuff here. So this won't be too much of an issue. Not really the attacks to back it up though. That's a little bit of a shame, not gonna lie. Alright, let's see what this can give us. Oh, hello there. That's exactly why we take this card. It is like neutral rares, right? Is what it gives you. Yeah, neutral rare abilities, and all of the good tricolor ability stuff is insane. End of Imperishable Night is what Century's Doppelgangers used to be, where we take an extra turn at the end of each of our main turns. We only get to play 1 card in that turn, but we get to keep all of our block and everything if we had it too. Absolutely insane. So we go there, and I think, yeah, because of the block, we are still just going to do that. And go back to not taking 18 here. Ideally, we would like to grab a really good defense card here, but unfortunately, just because we drew them all in the first turn, no defense really in the deck, so we are just going to kind of take 18 here. A little bit awkward. That said, I can at least knock this thing out, so that's probably worth it, but yeah, this is a lot of damage to take early in. Not too thrilled at that, but it's okay. We have the fish, so we don't take too much more damage for the rest of the set. I mean, this is just our lucky draws at the moment, right? We have all of these attacks still in the deck, and we're not pulling any of them. It's kind of gross when you look at it, but whatever. It is how it be, and it won't really matter too much anyway because we have an extra turn off of this. So, so the throwing knife and stuff is still there. She's gonna gain 10 block, but the knife does 32. It's risky, but I'm kind of tempted just to exile the fur here. The risk is that I don't draw. I've got 3 draws. The risk is that I don't draw another attack to like finish her off with. But I believe in the course of an extra turn as well, there's like literally no way that I can't get this, right? So yeah, like it's fine. We got one anyway. So the fact that we had the extra turn given to us regardless means that like all of the attacks here would have still been possible. So it's all good. Don't really love any of these at the moment. Yeah, there's like a reason to take the follow-up stuff, but it's not really for this one. Judgment of Sins is a curious card. Like, it can be pretty strong, but Yuyuko doesn't do status stuff like that. And I'm not really using it for anything else, I don't think. So, I know that you would take that one in request runs because you could exile the what's its face, the eviction order that you get given at the start, or exile the Imperishable Knight. But I'm just not. You know what I'm probably going to do though? Because we're already 20 life down anyway, and we gained a little bit of extra life off the grape here, I'm going to take the transform at this point. So, this will not lower my current health total, because I've already taken so much damage, right? It's going to basically mean I'm at 63 out of 67, and we could still gain cards and stuff that would give us extra life anyway, so I think it will be fine. And we get to convert some of our bases. I've been wanting to try this for a long time. We get to convert our basic stuff into potentially like actually usable cards here. So let's see what we get. You know what? Another Serenity trigger's fine. We can also now prepare these cards, one of these cards at the end of the stage. And she got bigger! Woo! Yeah, so we can actually, like, change up stuff if we need to. Hard Excerpt Slash is probably the only one I'm a little bit about there. But even that's not terrible. Alright, let's go ahead and do just a little bit here. Unfortunately, not a huge amount of damage to begin with, because, again, we're just not getting good draw orders here. What I think I really, again, what I want is card draw, and there is a very powerful Koishi card draw available now that we didn't have in the past. That said, we can kind of FTK here, or not FTK, we can OTK here, right? So, this is completely fine. Again, enough of our tap power out that all of these just kind of fall. So, even though our first turn was kind of bad, our second turn was insane, so I suppose it kind of balances out. A couple of intriguing cards. Daytime Guest Stars would actually be really funny to use with the Hartman's Yokai Girl thing, the like the awakening of the true self or whatever. Transference Blade is actually pretty good, and might be worth it in its own right, to be honest. Mental Reset would be a reason to have follow-up attacks. It is buffed compared to what it used to be. I forget exactly what it used to do, but I think it was like exit the mental state or something, and in Fugue it gave you barrier. It was pretty bad compared to what it is here, but depending on what your mental state is, you get some pretty good benefits out of this. It actually got day 1 nerfed from this patch too, because it used to gain like 15 barrier here, and that was kind of nuts. Still a good card, mind you, but right now, not really wanting to take it. Transference Blade, though, is pretty nice, because it works anytime. If you go from, like, Passion to Neutral, you'll still get the card back as well. So it does have a lot of utility. Oh, I guess this card's also, like, kind of bled. It's not that bad, though, to be honest. Like, we could have gotten a worse defense card than this, considering we were replacing a basic. It's not awful. I'm not entirely sure what I want to upgrade. If I upgrade Serene Memories, it does cost 0, which is pretty good. I think Faith is what I'm going to go for here, because you get 5 options, and getting 5 options means you're probably almost definitely going to get one that you really want. So yeah, that seems like the best bet. We didn't get to sell the Grape, a little bit of a shame. Do we sell the Keystone, because it's like taking damage in the first place is a bit blah. We could have had the Dreamcatcher too. This is actually kind of unlucky. There's only 4 of our 6 exhibits that we wouldn't want to sell here, and you know, we picked up 2 of them to not sell. Yeah, Keystone's fine, but I think I'll take the money for it here, because ideally, I mean, we do take damage off of Faith, so like maybe it's not a good idea to sell it, but I kind of want the funds, I will be honest, because I want to see what the shops have got. They usually end up having some pretty strong stuff to work with, so... Okay, so with this hand, Transference Blade definitely needs to get played first. So we do that one, and then we go Cage into here, so that Transference Blade comes back into hand. Hit for the higher damage total there. And I don't really want to exile any of these cards, so I guess we will shoot, we'll use Baby of the Stone, and we will hit for 16 here. Hard Excerpt Slash doesn't give you a choice as to whether or not you want to remove the card out of your hand, so it can be a little bit awkward that way. Okay, so looking at this hand, I don't think I have the mana to play Faith. Maybe this is where, like, already you could see removing the Keystone might not have been the best idea, because we do kind of lose out on that benefit here, but it's fine. I think it's still going to work out. Here we can go Mental Reset for the 40, and then Selflessness. Oh, obviously Transference Blade. And then Selflessness, so Transference Blade comes back into hand. Do another 9. Almost take her out with that. Pretty good. And even if we somehow drew no attacks here, which we almost didn't, but even if we somehow had no attacks there, I could have used Serene Memories to enter... no, I couldn't have entered Serenity again after that. I am joking. Okay, Room Cleaning is card draw. I guess I'll take it because it's pre-upgraded. Not a super huge fan of it, but it does technically do more than nothing, so I suppose we'll make it work. Ever heard of the Brick Chain? Oh, Eternal Instantaneous. Interesting extra turn card. Don't normally get to see it because white-black is an off color, but interesting. Is it worth 80? Probably, but I'm not gonna take it because I'm not that keen on it here. Alright, Takane. Oh, Love Sickness. This is obviously a really strong effect and often defines Cage of Roses runs, because every time you enter Passion, draw 2, right? It draws 2 before, I think it's before the Cage gets shuffled back in, so that's kind of annoying, but still a very powerful effect. White mana actually gets access to a really cool ability in Anata, which lets you enter Serenity, but also increases the mana that you gain from leaving Serenity. So that's kind of neat. Might just take both of those, to be honest. get more mana off of the Serenity leaving is decent, and then Lovesickness when you upgrade it, which we will do right now, costs nothing to cast. And I mean, we definitely need this, because the card draw is pretty vital. But I think having the extra trigger here is quite nice as well. Mailing is an interesting potential option. This does give you Graze, which is pretty good, and in Passion, being able to get extra damage is quite nice. I'll try it. I've never had the chance with this one yet to do so. So why not? Let's give it a go, right? Probably upgrade that one next. I think that's what our setup is going to look like here. Is upgrade the Mailing and then probably Anata. And we might well be removing one of these two with the Prepare at the end of the stage. Don't know if I actually really like any of the other stuff that much. I would have liked to have gotten the Sutra, but yeah, I don't really like any of the other stuff that much here. So we will leave it that. We will keep our Muns for a future shop and move on with our setup. Unfortunately, not really getting that much of an opening gambit here. There's the knife, which is fine, but the rest of it's not amazing. I guess I'll use Mailing to add a Grace count here. I'd like to use Anata, but I think we'll use the white mana for Mailing here instead, and we'll enter Serenity with this. So we're effectively preserving mana by doing that, which is an interesting thought for it here. Well, at least I get to upgrade everything. So discard the knife, upgrade all of the cards in hand. Interesting. Okay, this being ungrazable is actually really annoying because it means that I lose one of these points before hitting here. So I have to block 32 this turn, which we currently cannot do. So let's see if this will get us any further in. Not really. Okay. Huh. Well, we could block 25, so I guess we're not taking full damage. Just, wow, 32, so we're taking like 7. And if I want to attack with this, I have to exile a card too, because there's nothing I can really remove for that. That's frustrating. Still, Mailing can actually heal us a decent bit too if we get far enough up. So maybe it's not all bad. Just frustrating. I think I just don't use Hard Exit then as much as I want to. Is it worth bombing is the other question then. I don't think so, to be honest. Yeah, I think I'm just going to preserve the mana and just go from there. Really wish that I didn't have to lose all the rainbows here, but again, the forced exile is why I don't like Hard Exit Slash. It's pretty reasonable if you have a lot of knives. And to be fair, this hand is kind of getting there now, right? But I don't know. I'm just not a huge fan. Anyway, this turn it looks like we're going to be able to do quite a lot. So let's swing and see how much damage we can actually do here. It turns out probably a heck of a lot looking at this. Sheesh. To the point where I actually want to use the Lotus as well. So we'll go knife. 16 free is 48, so I do have to unleash a bit more here. 8 free is 24, that's actually really annoying. Maybe I should have done it the other way around. Mental release here so that I could use Cage of Roses to do that. Probably would have been better, but oh well. Oh no, we have Transference Blade, don't we? Yeah, that's still going to be fine then. So we go Transference Blade and Cage of Roses to finish this guy off. That draws another 2, which just drawing the shoots, whatever. Transference. We have no block, which is concerning. Maybe this could get like tortoiseshell hell though, which would be pretty good. I guess we'll go for that. Oh, Falling Moon Rabbit's good too. Yeah, we'll take that then. Gain Flawless for this turn, so we're only going to take 2 damage. And I don't actually think I even want to change my state then. Yeah, we'll just leave it at that. So we take much less damage than we would have done. And Mailing is at 7 now, so we can use this to gain 16 life back. So everything kind of worked out. Not too bad, not too bad. So now we can discard Knife and Cage for victory. Good stuff. Oh, Block Toys is fun. So we get 2 card options at the end of every normal fight now. Oh, there's 2 amazing cards here. So one of the cool things about doing Stance Dancing with white mana is that you get to have Kokoro as an option here. And this lets you freely enter any of the states that you want to, which is super, super cool. If I remember rightly, this one upgrades to have 6. Yeah, 6, so you can enter whichever one you want to begin with. It is really difficult not to take Devil's Codex on site though, because that card is absolutely busted. And I feel like that's gonna overwrite it, but I'm a little sad that it is, because otherwise, yeah, there's so many cool options with Kokoro. But maybe we'll have a chance to get her in Act 3. I think it's better just taking Codex here. Spider Lily and Tape. Okay, so anytime we kill an enemy, we get 2 red mana, and the Tape has upgraded selflessness for us, so cool. Okay, I guess we keep that now then. There's not really a reason to remove it, so sure. Hey, okay, good job I didn't go for the shop then, because I would have been very disappointed to have lost all my money to this. But this is really, really good though. Paid 100 to get a good question. The washing machine is generally the best one because vulnerable, especially on double damage already, is terrifying. So I would much rather not have to deal with that. So she is the lucky charm for prosperous commerce. Furry werewolf. Yes, the cat is a furry werewolf. There you go. Yep. Pulsators, that's actually for a different question, which is pretty funny. Yeah, let's just go for this, because we get 2 options at the end of every fight now. So take the fight, not the other bit this time around. Alright, what do we want to do? We want to enter Passion and not be afraid of anything. Let's go Codex Exile that. Because even though Codex is expensive at the moment, it does give you a decent bit to work with. Cage of Roses on you. We will get our Greys, get that established. I did not need to use the thingy this turn by the looks of it. Because I can't pay for anything else anyway. Yeah, I did not need to use the 2 mana there. Oh well. My bad, I suppose. Alright, go there. Transference Blade. 64 goes down to 20. Taking quite a bit of damage this turn because I can't knock you out. I guess I could take this thing out. And then we're still taking like 12, but we have the fish. I've got to remember that. So, oh, but if I take this guy out, we get 2 extra mana. Does that do anything good for us? Means I can play everything, I suppose. So, stab, stab. Shoot, and then play these, and get the blade back, so we can hit for another 9. So we're taking 5. That's fine. Actually, no, we still had a grace point. I completely forgot about that grace point. Never mind. I am a derp. It's fine. Always forget about stuff like the grays. It's very, very silly, but that's fine. Discard one of these, upgrade everything, and whoopsie doodle, you just kind of died to the passion stuff. You can see just how good the double damage output can be here. Oh! I mean, this one's already upgraded, though. Yeah, maybe I'm preparing that, then. I don't think I want any of these. Rainbow Darmaku Dupion is pretty cool, but I don't have any way of triggering the Firepower Spirit thing right now. And it's neat, but I don't think it's good enough. And Ancestral Dreams really only works if you've got follow-up stuff, and we don't. So even though the attack is accurate, that is quite nice. I don't think that's a good enough benefit here. No, we're definitely removing this, right? So yeah, we're keeping the mailings. So I guess I upgrade the other one next bit, and we'll go from there. Yeah, that seems reasonable. Okay, so with that game plan established, let's I guess I'll see what this can do. Ah, it does get the upgrade here, which is nice. I don't have the white mana for that yet because I spent it here. We're a little bit white mana locked at the moment. That's, I have a lot of cards for that. I probably should have thought about that a bit more, but oh well. I'll work it out. So we can do that one. Transference Blade is accurate, just like Navigation Stars, so I think Navigation Star was accurate. So that obviously helps out a fair bit. Yeah, we can't play Hard Excerpt Slash now either, because I just don't have enough mana for it. So it's definitely a bit of a problem right now, that there's not much I can do to solve. Yeah, I want to do the passion stuff right now, but I think it's best that I just hit with these. Just take the one hit here. We take 7. Get our 2 knives. We would get more, but obviously can't have more at the moment, but that's fine. And now here is where the fireworks can start, because now we get to Cage of Roses. Gets through the Greys, now we're in Passion. Transference Blade doesn't have an 18, which is really good. And we can go Codex, banish one of those. And oh, there is so much potential here. Right, let's do the stabby stabs first with these. 17 block in one go is pretty good too, to be honest with you. If I go, I don't think I can do enough damage to justify the, yeah, I don't think I could do enough damage to justify the other bit, so, although maybe, well, no, because Transference Blade here would do another 9, so it'd be 43, minus 9, 34, then we get it back and it does 18, it's not enough, so I think it is best if we just ignore that here, and just go with Serenity, and Transference Blade for the 9. Leave it at that. We had so much Greys to begin with that, like, Yomu really didn't get to do very much damage to us early on here. And now, of course, we just do Passion and Cage for victory. Not that we had so much damage, we didn't even need to do it that way, but you know, it's just how it is. Crow's Tengu Wing, I did mention this before because we got it in like the first round or something. Gives you a grace point at the start of every fight now, so we have 3 grays between the fan and the wing. That's enough to blank Yuriko's entire first turn. So we don't have to block very much there, which is pretty good. All Points Bulletin is just a double cantrip. It's worth taking just for that. The tarot card's actually kind of neat. Doesn't give you an immediate card draw, but it lets you fix your next setup, and you get to start the next turn in Passion. So that's cool. But All Points Bulletin is just a card draw. So plus we can dunk on Sager every time if we use it enough times beforehand. So happy to see that. All right. Let's go, Yuko! She now has 400 HP, she had like 380 before. So, a little bit of a change there, and she immediately hits for 9 times 3. Pretty sure that was a bit less damage than that initially, so... she does have a scarier opening setup, we will say. So, got to keep an eye on that. We have 5 grays, so we blank this entire turn, which is pretty good. I want to take this guy out if I can, because it is pretty frustrating to deal with the grays. It's not the cleanest way of doing it, but I think it's fine. Do that, and then transference. Oh yeah, we gain the extra mana, but we can't use it. That's fine. We do still get a couple of knives because of mailing, which is pretty good. Now, we're not going to be able to gain life off of mailing during this one, because we are going to lose that to the Law of Mortality. We can't gain life after the second turn of this fight, basically. But we will still be able to gain firepower from mailing, and that is very good in its own right. Okay, so thinking through the way I want to approach this, I think we do that. We go a hard exit to banish the shoot, honestly. I would love to banish the knife, but then the knife is just going to stab him for not enough damage, so we will do it that way. It's definitely fine. And then just get as much damage out as possible here, I guess. So we go 24, go here, use the Serene Memories to get back, so we only take 2. Seems good to me. I probably should have bombed by now, because as I mentioned, the longer the thing is active, the better it is for you. Wow, we didn't take... Wait, I missed something of why I didn't take any damage there. It's fine. I clearly did not pay enough attention to my block values. That's okay. Yeah, let's use this one first. Because that is very powerful. Yeah, take that. Go draw, just to get that used. And grace. Do I want to? Yeah, I should, because especially now, because we're getting extra turns as we go. It's not the best time to use it, but it will suffice, because it works for every extra turn that we take here too. So many extras. All of the turns that we take, we get to use it with. So it is going to be very, very powerful from here on out. This might be a mistake using that, to be honest. Because I don't think I can get out of the Passion State here. Ageless Dream is a little annoying, but she isn't attacking this turn, so I guess it's not really that bad after all. And we have this, so okay, maybe it's not that bad. Alright, Firepower. Like I said, no life gain, because she has removed that option from us, but that's okay. Then we go Cage. Yeah, we are weakened here, but our extra turn taking is going to help out a little bit to lessen that burden. So we're there, go back into the states, and sure, well, if I did, so discarding the knife here and upgrading all the cards is going to be great, because this then converts into doing not only more damage, but it gives you rainbows. So definitely a much more powerful setup there. So plus this will give 6. Do I want to keep going here? I could keep going here, because we could get that to trigger. Could do. I mean, she might just die if we do. So I suppose that that could be fun. Yeah. We have a lot of stuff here, that's for sure. What's left in deck again? Lots of it. Oh, a couple of attacks, a couple of blocks that might not be so good. But yeah, there's enough in deck. I think we could maybe make this work. So Let's go hard excerpt and remove you. And then we can do the hit there. I'm going to save that just in case, because we go Leonata, and then go back into Passion, draw the 2. Yeah, we didn't draw an attack, so just preserve it there. We take our extra turn. Now the funny thing is we actually do end up losing like more life with this. Is pretty funny the way it works out, because we do lose, so we lose life every extra turn as well, right? But it really doesn't matter here with how much, just how much she's going to take here. I just find it funny that we technically lose this fight twice as quick, if you want to call it that, but it's all good, because she is now gone, and nothing else really mattered. Blank card, you say? Well, I can't say no to that. As nice as this is, I cannot say no to the blank card. It is easily the funniest thing that we could have here. Ooh, Philosophy of the Despised is a fun one to have. You basically play a card from your discard. I think if you upgraded it, it gives you 2. Yeah, play up to 2 cards from your discard pile as follow-ups. If you aren't using follow-up cards, then they do get exiled, but honestly, that can be a good thing in its own right. So that's a fun one. What sort of stuff would we even want to use it with, though? That's the thing, of like half of this doesn't even stay in the discard. I don't think it's good for this particular setup. Fire of Anna is an interesting one, because we do get rainbows from the what's his face? The Serenity stuff. But I don't think it's good enough to go with here. And Apotheosis, I've been like pretty down on this card in recent times. It's decent because it upgrades everything from everywhere. But you do kind of have to draw it early. I don't think it's as good, like it's not as good as it reads in the end, I don't think. So it's like, it's a one-time thing too. I'm not a huge fan of it. Then I do want to remove this one because the forced exile is irritating. It is really good for Junko specifically, to be fair, so a little bit awkward there, but it's just too tough to work with when you don't often want to exile all the cards in your hand, right? It's just irritating. Anyway, we do get Faith in Native God immediately here, which is, oh, these are very interesting. Okay, we are not taking any damage this turn. Okay, I think I'm going to take this then. So we gain 5 firepower, and all of these cards now, if they stay in the hand at the end of the turn, they will get exiled. But that is not going to be that much of an issue, I don't think. So we are going to hit you with this one. That goes back into the deck. It does keep the Ethereal, so we do have to play it every time we get it, or it's going to go away. But I don't think that's a huge deal. So now we hit that and enter Serenity to get ourselves set up for next turn. Not a really good setup for next turn, mind you. Yeah, take 3 and see where we go from here. Again, not amazing, unfortunately. We do get a lot of damage out, which is on at least from that, which is good, but then the rest of it's kind of lame. So, gonna be taking a fair bit to begin with on this one, I think. Let's remove one of your grace points here. I could have entered Passion again, but then I don't think I'm going to be able to enter Serenity again in the same turn. So Yeah, already getting beaten up an awful lot, which is not great. This is also not an amazing spot. Both of them are attacking, huh? That's irritating. So how do we best deal with that? I'm going to be taking another 10 here, because there is just no way that I can take out the Crow Tengu before... Because 25 plus... That's 20... No, it'd be 30, wouldn't it? Yeah. 30 plus... Oh, there is a way. Do I want to do that, though? We'll get the bomb back fast enough. I've taken too much damage in this fight already. So we'll bomb, as painful as it is. Go for the bomb and then go Cage of Roses here. Gets us our extra drawback here as well. So that can take him out. So now I'm just thinking, do I want to delay this fight and get Mei Ling set up for life heal? Honestly, it's probably ideal to do so. It's a little bit frustrating, it's going to take a while, but I think it's for the best that I do, because otherwise I'm just going to get beat up something fierce here, you know? So yeah, let's take it easy for a bit here. I want to get the second one going as well, probably. But the thing is, if I do that, I'm probably going to end up generating too many knives here. I want to make sure that it doesn't die, but I've already got 5 firepower. If it doesn't graze, like at any point, then I think I might die It might die anyway before I get the chance here. Yeah, because there's too many knives, so it just dies here regardless. Oh well, it was worth a shot. We'll probably have another chance to do Mei Ling stuff. There we go, Lonely Hearts, the only other attack I would truly take, and it's up against Short Gamble Plus. That's kind of unfortunate. Lonely Heart has been changed a little bit. It used to... I think we actually got this one because I crossed into Koishi. Yeah, it now gains double rainbow if you upgrade it. And it has replenish at all times. So not only do you get 2 copies of this card when you take it, but you also get to basically refund almost all of the mana that it costs. And in Passion, it does 32 damage for that one hit. It is absolutely nuts. What's the other card that we have here? Air Kiss to go with it? Oh, you are very tempting, because the Weaken is actually pretty good just by itself. Okay, what have I got in terms of, like, stuff to remove? I guess it's like, remove these? Yeah, you know what? I will. I need to upgrade this, which is unfortunate, but, like, I will take them, and we will make it work. Okay, Doremi. What is the thing? It is the bicycle. No, because I've already got enough attack stuff. We'll just keep on moving as we are. So yeah, I do need to get it upgraded if I want it to actually be worth casting. But I think that's doable. Let's see what we get here. Yeah, see, this is why I like this card, because you just get like all of the insane ability stuff at like all times. Granted, this one isn't as good if you don't upgrade it, but like Tale of the Bamboo Cutter, End of Imperishable Night, Century's Doppelgangers, all 3 of these are like game enders in their own right. So it is just actually kind of insane what you get given to work with here. Now there are 5 attacks going on here, so I do kind of need to defend a little bit if I can. That's a good question of if I actually can, though. Maybe I just need to attack and knock this guy out and go from there. Because I can totally do that. And now I don't have to worry so much about the... I mean, we'll just play it because I can. Now I don't have to worry about, like, taking damage this turn. And sure, we'll throw this out. Get an extra trigger from it. Because she's not going to attack this turn. The Fate Kaneko doesn't attack here, so... we do kind of have a free turn, more or less, to do whatever we want. So we're going to use the Air Kiss, perform the follow-up attack, and do 32 with said follow-up attack. Pretty good. I'm going to draw with the All Points Bulletin because we want it to get further power for the future, so that's going to be good. And then we will go ahead and Codex here, I think. We don't even, because of the replenish here, we don't even have enough space for the mana. That's funny. Honestly, just kind of thinking how far I want to take this. Because I could take this pretty far right now if I want to. Go here. And then Cage again. I know I could be using the Transference Blade, but what I really want is this. So, and actually probably want to use Anata here as well, just so I'm not doing quite as much damage with these. So what I want to be able to do is use one of these mailings to gain life here, right? So I need to do like a decent bit of damage, but not all the damage, so that I can actually gain some health back. Because we have taken quite a beating already, and that is one of the main benefits to using this card in the first place, is you do just get to gain health back. So I think we'll be fine at that. I should probably be using Transference Blade as well, but I don't want to kill her that quickly. I know it sounds really weird, but it is just the way of the world, if you will. Okay, what I probably do need to do though is I think need to make some space in this hand, because those are getting retained as well, and the knives will be enough to take out. I only really need to use one of these, so this will suffice, I think. 16-2, yeah, this will be fine. And there. So now the extra turn happens, we get the knife trigger, and we get to just use this one to gain 16, and she has the lowest life total, so stab. Just making sure I work around it to the point where it does actually give me what I need. Instinctive Action is reasonable. Emotional Surge is pretty good, especially pre-upgraded. Calm Mind is kind of fun for getting extra mana here. Don't think any of them are necessary. We don't have AoE, so Emotional Surge could be taken, but I don't think we need it really. Use Fabrication is very interesting with the knives. Don't think it's that good. Short Break is just more mana. I suppose that could be taken for that reason alone. White mana is a little bit awkward though. Like, I do need some of it, but having 2 of it here already, I don't really need all of it. And Use Fabrication, yeah, it creates some space in the hand, but if I don't have a card draw, then I can't use it anyway very well. So Impatience I'm not loving, because then it removes my... If I go into Passion, I can't use Lovesickness, so I will not take that either. Let's just get a card upgrade, see what Sumi has for us as far as improvements go, and if it works out, we will take one of her cards. If not, oh, well, she is definitely not getting Faith of Native God, but these are kind of interesting. The Butterfly Dream is a really intriguing card to get. Adding a rare to the top of the draw pile, it has Replenish, Exile Ethereal, so it doesn't cost you a card, but it adds a completely random rare that you can spend any color of mana to use. Once per turn, so you get it at the top of the deck, and then at the start of the next turn you would get another one. It does actually come up after the card, I think it's after draw step. Because I'm pretty sure you don't draw the card that you add for turn. Shapeshift Academy is also pretty good though. but it does kind of demand an upgrade. And then the other one is like Yukari is very interesting because the neutral rare stuff that she could add is like insane, but does kind of require you to use a few turns to get it out. But it is Yukari, and Yukari is kind of nuts. I don't think I want to use it, unfortunately, but it is pretty funny. I'm gonna leave it. All three of those cards are good, but I don't think they're particularly great for what I'm trying to do right now. Alright, let's see what the event is. So with your life at the line, okay, we can work with this. That's a good exhibit. Second turn power is pretty strong. Random ability is Tail of the Bamboo Cutter. Oh, the game is really tempting me at the moment. I'll take the funding. We can recover this health. I'm not too worried about it. Yeah, we'll leave it that. Like, this is scary, potentially, but we can recover this health. We just have to kind of stall out mailing, and we can recover this. With 5 greys, we fully block this entire first turn, so there isn't really any reason for me to be too afraid of what they can do. So we will simply hit with everything here. We'll have a bunch of knives the next turn too, so I can potentially just stab down this one. Well, she's at 98, right? So I think that's going to be a little bit too much. But then again, when you have that access, nothing is too much. Well, 42 one-shots him, so we're immediately going to do that. Like, that doesn't, there's no question on that. Stock up another thing on that. The graze here means that I don't take any damage at all now from this turn, which is good. Hit you with that. And then, funnily enough, I don't think I actually want to do much else. I'm going to go for the Serenity hit here, actually, just to make sure that I don't overkill. Because I really don't want to go much further if I'm going to want my life heals. So, yeah, it's a funny balance when you think about it. Air Kiss doesn't matter. Faith of Native God could be good. Yeah, we'll use that. See if I get a Tortoiseshell? No Tortoiseshell, but we do have Reclusive Sage, could be funny. Nah, we'll take this one. Gain ourselves Divine Favor for the future. Oh, that was not quite how that was supposed to go. Knives work with Divine Favor, huh? I can't say I knew that. That's pretty funny. Well, at least we get one heal here. Because we've got Wooden Fish, it's not even like that bad to just stay at this health, to be honest. But I could go ahead and... I could definitely still... like, work with this. I don't have enough defense to not like take any damage here, and this is going to take a while. She does kind of just keep attacking, so it's probably not worth it to try and like continue this one. So I will just end the fight. Okay. More card options! Blot Toys tends to lead to very large deck sizes for a pretty obvious reason, because you're getting twice as many cards each time round. So it's quite funny how that ends up working out. What's our other option? Transmigration is pretty strong. This card artwork is hilarious, I will admit, for Accidental Dodge. Yeah, we'll take that. Transmigration is basically just card desk. Card destruction is strong, so we will grab that. This could be interesting, but I don't think I really need these. We don't want to go too far into Sakuya's saying that way, and we'll use our Crow Wing to see what the shops have. Oh, I mean, that's pretty strong, to be honest with you. Decent effect there. A second Codex. I'm supposed to be removing basic cards and stuff here. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to remove these like basic attacks and stuff, but the game just keeps giving me more stuff that I want in the deck. Like, oh man. Like, Devil's Codex is just nuts though. I could exile the stuff that I don't need to keep and it'd just be really good. I mean, it's really good with knives and stuff. I want to take it because we're fighting Junko, and we could remove the purify stuff with that. So wasn't quite the idea, but hey, I will take what the game gives me, I suppose. Vulnerable is really, really good with Passion, as you can imagine. So I guess I will take that and leave the rest for the last shop here. The Silver Pocket Watch could have been good. Obviously, Blink Dagger is insane, and I'm sure people might yell at me for not taking that. But I don't really think I need it that badly. But it is super strong for the first turn, that is for sure. Alright. So, let's start with that. We've got 100 damage clocked up in that thing now. It's pretty good. Definitely want the Greys. I would like to see what this gives. Because it's all just insane, right? Like, surely we just take this again? Because it works so well with mailing here. Go there. I think I'm just going to exile this ability this time around. It's too expensive for just now. Use this one so we can do more with that. I mean, we're grazing this first turn, so I can afford to do that. And then discard to upgrade. Yeah, that's a good upgrade. We'll go for that. What makes this card so insane is that you do get to keep all of your block and graze and stuff here too. So it just makes it absolutely bonkers to run with. Because now I do so much extra damage here, right? And I don't even have any punishment for that. Like, I suppose I couldn't use the other mailing, like, oh no, right? But it's just so powerful. Okay, well I can't really... No, I can draw just... No, I can't because I don't have Love Sickness on. Can't really draw anything here, but I don't think that's a huge deal. I do want to fire this, actually, because I want to be able to do a bit more with the rest of the turn after this. To just wipe out Fake Koishi entirely. Sure. Sure, why not? Transference on there. And we wait. Yeah, Love Sickness is a pretty good one to have when you already have that available. So we'll use that as our extra card. And Mailing already has enough stock to give us the life back. Yeah, this is one of the... I mean, Mailing with extra turns is really powerful. It's one of the reasons why Green Sakia is actually pretty good in her own right. It's not one that I go for very often, but when you do, the amount of stuff that can go well. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we play this one, goes to 10. Well, would have gone more, but whatever. Blade goes out. And then we can exile one of the knives. Get the triggers off of these. Yeah, I've got enough stuff. I can go Serene here. Do that one. Go into Passion again. Get the blade and the extra draw. Working out pretty well. Because we have more than enough mana that we just go stab into Mental Reset for the victory. Yeah, turns out doing double damage is really powerful. Who would have guessed? Left Fan is going to mess me up for the rest of this run, but I am very excited to see that, actually. Being able to cast the first card you play in a fight twice by paying one more mana on the second one, but it's going to be really good. I do like these cards, but I don't think I want to take any of them. Because I think we're already running pretty hot as far as most of the stuff. Oh, watch an apple. Interesting. So any skills that we take from here on out are automatically upgraded. And we get a cool extra 12 life as well. So all of that life that we lost to Sukuna picked up again at this point. It's pretty great. Do I still have a... I still have a crow trigger. So that's fine. That means I can go here quite safely. Boo! Alright, fine. I'll take the upgrade. Why not? Why not? Maybe I don't exile this and at the end. I mean, I can't prepare in this one, so I guess we're just upgrading those so that they're easier to cast. And yeah, we'll use our crow trigger here then. Alright, time for the reset roulette. Do we get anything good? An upgrade. I have like nothing that I really need to upgrade anymore, so just give me 6 mana off of that instead. Why not? So we have to card remove the weaken, but we haven't used anything else yet, so that's fine. As far as other stuff in here, Withering Dreams has been buffed a little bit now. It gives you extra barrier if you're in Serenity compared to the block that you get. So it's already like an on-curve block, which is pretty good, but you gain more barrier if you're in Serenity. Pretty good card, to be honest. I might take it here. Flawless for a turn is quite strong, as you would imagine, but we don't really need it that badly in this setup. Imaginary Timeline's just a bit too expensive here, unfortunately. Celestial Flight is an interesting option, but I don't have enough card draw to be truly happy with that. The beer is pretty reasonable because you can save the tipsy, but we already, like, for when you have a good passion turn. But unfortunately, I think we're already kind of over encumbered in terms of cards we get because of the mailings, so we don't really have the hand space to keep this. And then Capriciousness is good because you gain a decent bit of firepower, or if you're in Passion you gain even more. In Serenity you can choose what you need this to be. If we were playing against Sanai here, I think I would take Capriciousness because of the spirit gain, but because we're not, I don't think it's necessary. So I think all I'm really gonna do is I'm going to take the Ballistic Shield and leave it at that. We'll keep the... It's a bit spooky keeping the rest of this money when we don't know if it's going to be useful, but I don't really see what else I would do with this here that makes sense, so yeah. Alright, so get to play 2 copies of Love Sickness, so I get 4 cards every time I go into Passion now. So instant benefit off of that. It's going to be really good. We get to... Oh, I forgot this is kind of bad with mailing, isn't it? Oh well. Oh well, it's not that big of a deal. We fully block her next turn, so we've already got 4 greys going on for the stuff here. Yeah, I forgot that Transmigration is not good with teammates. Oops. My bad. That's fine though, it'll work out. So we go knife into... I should keep that, I really should. So let's just go there. See, the problem now is I don't have anything else to do with this turn, right? Imagine just not having enough stuff to do and it that being the problem here. There's nothing I could really draw that would, apart from exactly the Lotus, right? Nothing I'd really draw that would make sense. Yeah, I guess we're just leaving it at that this turn. That seems wasteful, but, you know. Because I'm not going to get very many cards at the start of this turn. But we'll get enough. It'll work. So... use the shield. Go... Passion, only going to get a couple off of that, but that's still fine as well. Air Kiss to weaken. 63. Jeez. Then we'll go this one to accumulate another set of damage. Kind of thinking this is still going to get used here. Ooh, that is a spicy setup. And then will there be none would be off the wall as far as damage goes here. That would go so hard. You know what? Let's do it. We're not needing to keep the mailings here anyway. 9 firepower with a doubled strength here. Seems pretty good. Let's get rid of one of these. Get this up. Discard one of the knives. Get an extra draw. Transference blade for another 36. We do get to do this for 0 now, which is pretty good. So that means I could like hard throw the knife and it would be perfectly fine. Yeah. Do as much damage as we can with those and then go here. Transference blade for the remaining 18. So we lose our mailings, but again, with the wooden fish, we'll be at full health for Junko anyway. That's not going to be a problem. And now, now though, this is, I mean, this is obviously lethal, but what a heckin' turn this would be. Just being able to go, yep, 50 damage because of all the firepower that we got off of Flan. Pretty good. Hanyo Mask is quite nice for us here because we do tend to do quite a few attacks. So that should work out quite well. I'm going to take the Serene Memories. It's pretty upgraded as well because of the skill, the watch. So seems pretty good to me. Then we'll just get that buffed up. Give the thing to get the border sensor and fight Junko. Now Junko's going to get a little bit mad at us because of the rainbows that we generate, but only a little bit. I think we'll survive. Surely we'll survive. I mean, we can just kill her fast, right? Okay, so 2 good options as to what we start with here. We could start with mailing, or we could start Love Sickness. I think Love Sickness is probably the one I want to do. And then go here. We'll do Air Kiss now. I don't think it matters from here, to be honest. It's just use the stuff as we have it. Because we do have enough mana to full cast everything. So that is what we will do. Do I want to use the bomb this turn? Yeah, let's get it started. Junko never does any grays, so it's not really a big deal to have that against us. Okay. Oh, this is gonna be one of those, like, one of those kind of crazy turns that, I mean, life is a resource, right? Use the resource as we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we still need to play something else first. Let's go this one. 2 grays on this turn as well means that we basically block the whole thing. That's pretty good. So we'll do that. Go Codex on this. Too much for the stats, pretty funny actually. Let's go discard a knife, get everything upgraded. That includes this, which is very helpful. And then Codex again seems like the play here. It's just working out how exactly to facilitate it. Probably, I really hate getting rid of, I should have realized the anti-synergy with transmigration, to be honest with you. That was definitely my bad. I should have worked out that one a bit faster. But that's okay. It's not the end of the world. So we can go there. Serene Memories now so that I get more mana when I transfer out. We don't have a knife left in the deck, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So when we go back into Passion here, it will not over encumber us. Yep. That's the main thing. We go back into Serenity with this one, because now we'll get 4 mana when we leave it here. And maybe I could have attacked first, but that's fine. Whatever. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we need to use another one just to get the mana out of the way. Go back into Passion here. Draw the remaining 4. Transference Blade for sure. 4 points just to get more on that is fine. And then I think we basically we should just win. That's going mana neutral. That's not really worth it, to be honest. We don't need to do that one. We should just kind of win from here just by going Cage into this one and then here. I don't think there's any... I mean, I guess we could get like Shapeshift Academy and gain maximum life or something, right? No, I think they removed that option, didn't they? The maximum life one, because that was abused. Yeah, they did. No, they didn't. They didn't. It comes up once. Right, it only comes up once. So we get the maximum life off of that, and then kill with this. Okay. Yeah, I think it's just like if you had it once in a fight, you can't get maximum life again. That was the thing. So, oh, Backdoor is very cool. As much as I like this one, Backdoor is very cool here because it means I could remove the couple of basics I don't want. Yeah, we'll take that. I'm perfectly fine having an extra green mana here. I probably would like the black mana, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. Slipping Consciousness is an interesting one. Okay, like, all of these are kind of interesting in their own right. We don't have a 5-cost card for Manipulation of Fate to be super good. Slipping Consciousness lets us enter the Fugue state, which is quite good. But only 2 cards get to be played next turn? That's unfortunate, but, like, the state is really good. Every time you play a card, you gain a mana and draw one, whilst you've got the state up. We do have a lot of cards that constantly change that, though, and if we enter, like, Passion or something whilst we have it, then it will go away. So, like, it's good, but I think we might have too many cards that will remove the state for it to be truly good here. Silver Dimension is interesting because you get to... every attack we do would give us the barrier to defend against the Sager. I think it's just memories, though. Like, yeah, it takes up our 1 rainbow is kind of spooky, but drawing 5... Draw 5 is just stupidly strong. There's no way I'm giving up on that, right? Full Moon Howl. Oh, finally we get to see this one. Now we're getting all the card draw. Talk through the hat, got a massive upgrade. I'm pretty sure I've already seen this one in one of these playthroughs here because I did spec into Koishi. But yeah, draw 3 and upgrade 1 to put it back on top of the deck. Absolutely insane. Definitely taking that no matter what. Nimble Fabric would be really good, but it's probably not very good for the Sager fight. Because her second turn is ungrazable. So it's probably not good to take here. The Lab Apparatus is not something I would normally pick up, but it might honestly be one of the better options here. It's kind of weird to say, but... Full Moon Howl is still insane as well, but it does take up the rainbow, is my only concern with it. Is that it takes up our 1 rainbow. Unconscious Action got changed, I think I may have mentioned this before. It's a defense card now instead of a skill one, and it gains block as well, just a little bit, but it's technically kind of card draw. You don't pay for the card that you're casting, so that's kind of fun. Not a great final shop. I'm even, like, as much as it takes up the rainbow, I'm even somewhat tempted to take this, solely because the one thing we don't have is AoE. And Pendant first might get a little bit overwhelming. That's the only thing I'm sort of concerned about. Maybe, no, because Sager always acts first anyway, I think. in the fight, so like maybe I was like maybe this would be fine, but I don't think half the enemies actually go ahead of Sager. So Nimble Fabric really doesn't do much. Thing is, neither does like the TNT here. It's a bit of a bad final shot. Let's remove the shoot. I think I just take the lab app then and just leave it that. It's not a great final setup, to be honest. There's just nothing really there. Let's upgrade that one because we got more green mana than we do black. So see what Sager has in store for us here. All points bulletin should just do like 120 or something to it here, right? 140, there you go. So we don't even have to do that much. That's a really cool animation too. I've not seen that before. Yeah, we don't have to do that much to her to begin with here, which is pretty fun. So happy enough to see that. Okay, so this is going to be a mailing cast first here, because I want a second one just because she's going to be pretty useful. Transference Blade, get that away. Probably Air Kiss first here as well. I know we're losing a little bit of life here, but and maybe mailing could help if we need her to. So there's that. We do have Faith, which is pretty good. Man, you are really gifting me a lot with this End of Imperishable Night here. Yeah, I'll take it. Like, sheesh, card is insane. What do you want? Oh, Love Sickness is good to get to. We can't cast the third one as much as I would want to, so I don't have the mana for it. Ah, but I can't use Codex either. Okay, well, whatever. We'll leave it at that. So, I guess it's just do that. Oh, maybe I could have used it here. Huh. Oh well, whatever. Let's bomb. Probably should have done this before I did the extra turn. Whatever. I'm bad ordering is bad, but it's fine. We have 7 grays here, so even if I didn't have like all of the defense I still had there, I don't know. I should have used the other mailing, I think, but whatever. Not going to beat myself up over that too much. Oh yeah, so these guys will attack first, so I guess the Greys actually would be useful here, but whatever. What do we want to do? What do we want to do indeed? We want to open up hand space is what we want to do, so I think that's got to be the game plan. Try and create some opportunities for memories to work out well here. We do have 1 replenish card in deck. Yeah, so I should probably use the knife here. Not getting as much damage out because we're not in passion for all of this. Man, I still didn't get it out. That's kind of funny. Alright, do that one into barrier. Get some more barrier off of that. Transference for another 10. We do get a little bit more firepower too. Each of these attacks is mattering. I probably should have done this first as well, but nah. All of the bad ordering here is is what it comes down to. Do passion, draw another 2, and get that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna exile this, unfortunately. It's just not really doing anything for me. That's fine. Sometimes that happens. So we want to do this one. Probably could have knocked out one of these guys with it, but whatever. Go here. Upgrade this, I think. Because we'll get it back before the end of the turn. Then we'll go Air Kiss. And get extra mana off of that. Discard this one. We don't need both of them this turn. Losing all of our barrier is a bit unfortunate, but it's fine. We'll we'll work with it. So we go there. I think this is as good a time as any to use that. It's about right anyway. Then we go keep the block. Cage to finish off the damage. And back to Serenity. We're going to take a decent bit of damage off of it here, or we would have, but Withering Dreams is pretty good. So we're only taking 3, whereas we could have been taking a lot more there. So this is fine. I mean, we can heal all of this back anyway. So just gain our power back. It's pretty good. And then we want to go Transference Blade into, yeah, Passion Trigger. Honestly, gain more firepower again is probably the best here. Like, just recover our health and gain that right back. So we go there. You can just one-shot this. Normally I don't have this much firepower with the shot, but it's obviously going to work out very good here. We'll go Cage. And let's not take any more damage this turn. Go there. This one. Kind of want the mana available, so I will do this just to have the mana around, and that will do. Yeah, you can see that her damage cap kind of definitely annoys at times here, because we end up hitting that cap very often, but it's fine. We're still doing more than good enough here. The cup is like far too late on us here because we're winning this turn, right? So it doesn't really matter in the slightest. So we'll go here. I probably could have done this one first, but again, it really doesn't matter at this point because we have 118 damage off of this. So 118 there. This has got a follow-up attack, so just do that as well, and then win with the Blossom. Extra turns plus Blossoming of Life, very powerful combination. We could have also been using this bomb like a while ago as well if I really wanted to. It's an embarrassment of riches at that point, right? This archetype is so capable because turns out double damage is really, really good. Who would have seen that coming, right? Obviously the drawback is you do have to be able to leave that state in order for it to be worthwhile, but you know, that's not impossible. There's a lot of good ways of doing it, and it isn't too difficult to draft a deck that is very capable in that sense. So obviously this one was really cool as well. One of the cards I didn't get that I was really hoping to see was, I forget which run I've had the most of them in. It's maybe, is it in here? The Devil's Maid. So I think it was probably the first one that I did. Devil's Maid is utterly insane, and is one of the reasons that Black Mana Sakia is like, it's really the only reason, but like Black Mana Sakia can actually be really good as well, because doubling your damage is obviously really good. This stacks with Passion, and if you can put Vulnerable down on the opponent as well, which this deck didn't really do, but if you can with like Ageless Dream or something, you're doing like 6 times damage to the enemies, so it really doesn't matter what your firepower is like at that point, right? You're just doing absolutely insane amounts of output, and it is really, really fun. What you used to have to rely on, in my experience with stance dancing, was AT field. Every time you switch stances, you gained block, 5 or 7 depending on upgrade state, but yeah, that's not really necessary anymore. Like, if you're changing stances every single card just about, it could be perfectly fine, but you don't tend to need to change that often unless you have a really heavy Lovesickness package. which I did have in one of the other recent runs. I think it was this one, where I actually got offered like 5 of them, but ended up only needing 3. Because you only need, like, if you can draw 6 every time you go into Passion, you're probably already perfectly fine. You only ever really need 2 at most in play, in my experience. 3 tends to overdraw instantly as well, so, you know, don't really need that. Anyway, yeah, what is gone from like a super awkward, not particularly powerful, and kind of overly derivative character has ended up turning into something I find a lot more fun now. I've definitely been having way more fun playing this Koishi shot than I did when she first came out, and it's been pretty good. Next time, we go into the B-shot types, and we start with Reimu, who honestly, despite being Reimu, is actually overall my second favorite in the entire game to play at the moment, because you just get to kind of do whatever you want, more or less. There's loads of different builds that you can get for her that are very strong. So that's Reimu in general, but especially with the way that the B-shot type tends to work, because of one particular card in Faithless Meditation that we will hopefully get to see next time. But until then, take care.